My name is Malik. Let me tell you a story about two crazy cops. I come from a tight-knit family. My grandma used to tell stories about the civil rights marches, about cousins who got locked up for nothing but walking home in the wrong neighborhood. My uncles had their own stories, traffic stops that turned into beatdowns, phone calls from jail over something made up. My mom always told me, "Turn the other cheek, Malik. We're Christians. Avoid trouble and bad friends." And for a while I tried. I did my homework, stayed out of fights, and kept my circle tight. But even when you walk straight, some folks still see you as crooked, just because you're black and from the projects. I'm a 17-year-old black American kid from Redstone Projects, a predominantly black neighborhood where opportunity's short, and police sirens are constant background music. You know the type of area cops love to patrol, not for safety, but for sport. Especially these two. Their names? Officer Travis Burke and Officer Mike Lancer. Big dudes, loud laughs, empty eyes. They were infamous in our parts, but somehow praised by their colleagues for always catching black crooks. Their numbers were high, yeah, but it was all fake, manufactured, fabricated. The same way a magician pulls a rabbit out of a hat, they pulled drugs from their pockets and planted them on us. They called themselves cleaners, cleaning the streets of scum. Problem was, we weren't scum, just kids trying to survive. I was 16 when they first pinned a dime bag on me, something I'd never seen before in my life. The worst part wasn't the handcuffs, or the concrete cell, or even my mom's tears when she picked me up. It was knowing I wasn't alone, knowing they were doing it to others, like Dre and Jaden and little Marcus. Marcus was different, 8 years old, autistic. He didn't speak much, but he smiled big and trusted people easily. That trust broke the day Burke and Lancer found him playing with a toy robot near a stairwell. They claimed he was holding a vape pen, accused him of being a lookout. Figures. Black and autistic? Double threat, huh? Probably don't even know where he is. Bet his mama got a check for him. They slammed him to the ground so hard, his head hit the pavement. He screamed. Not words, just pain. After that, he stopped smiling, stopped coming outside. But it wasn't just Marcus. They humiliated anyone vulnerable. One time they mocked old man Reggie, a Vietnam vet, accusing him of hiding pills in his wheelchair. "You rolling with more than wheels today, huh, Reggie?" Another time, they stopped Mrs. Lula on her way to church. She was 78. They dumped her Bible bag, stomped on her purse, and laughed. Can't trust these old ones. They hide weed in their wigs. They even took bribes from local dealers, black ones. Protection fees, they called it. Pay up and your corner's safe. Refuse? Suddenly your nephew's got a gun in his backpack. And I'll never forget when they picked on Donnie, a black teen with dwarfism. Damn, I thought that was a keychain. You sure you ain't somebody's lost toddler, shorty? They shoved him up against a mailbox like it was a joke. Donnie cried. We all did. On the inside. A bunch of teens went to juvie because of them. Dre had never even held a weapon before they found a blade under his hoodie. Jaden got sent away for having stolen tech, his own laptop, which they claimed was hacked from a local precinct. I was done. So were Dre and Jaden. We met one night behind Building 4, angry and tired. Man, they're gonna keep doing it unless someone stops them. You mean like, take them out? No, we expose them. Make the whole damn city see who they really are. That's how it began. 3 kids with a laptop, a burner phone, and a whole lot of rage. Dre used to be deep in street life before juvie. He knew things, like how to fake a setup. Jaden, full-on computer genius, built a drone from scratch once. Me? I knew people. We looped in folks who'd been hurt by Burke and Lancer. Ex-cons, grannies, local preachers, even a retired detective who'd seen too much and kept too quiet. Together, we formed a plan. We staged a deal. Jaden planted an obviously fake stash under a car near the playground. Bright pink Ziploc bags filled with sugar. We added toy guns and a rolled-up comic book labeled Blueprints. Then we made a fake call to dispatch. Suspicious activity. Teens stashing weapons near the slide. We knew Burke and Lancer monitored those calls themselves. It was Dre's uncle's old Chrysler. Looked beat up, but inside, wired with 6 hidden cams. 1 in the dash, 1 in the rear view, 2 in the air freshener. even a body cam sewn into the hoodie Dre wore. They showed up fast, like sharks to blood. Well, what do we have here? Looks like Christmas came early. They didn't even hesitate. They opened the trunk without a warrant, laughed, took selfies. Send this to the chief. He owes me dinner. Let's drop a little heat in here. Make it real. They planted the real gun, posed Dre, and even whispered, "This'll make the sergeant happy." They were caught red-handed, but didn't know it yet. But the whole thing was streaming, live, on a massive screen, projected right outside City Hall. Speakers amplified every word. Hundreds of eyes watched them plant evidence and laugh about it. We had flyers, QR codes, anonymous emails sent to city workers. By noon, a crowd gathered. People from the neighborhood, reporters, city officials, the mayor. All watching, mouths open, as their so-called heroes strutted, cursed, and violated rights like it was a game. Then the twist hit. One of the officers, Burke, stepped back and looked at the sugar bags. "Wait a damn minute, this ain't Coke." "What?" He sniffed it. "This is powdered sugar, man. You little piece of..." He turned to Dre. Jaden's drone dropped from the sky with a speaker. "Smile, you're live on Creep Cam." They freaked, stormed out the lot, jumped in their cruiser. But they didn't know where the feed was coming from until they followed the drone to City Hall. The crowd parted like a movie scene. Burke and Lancer stormed up the steps, red-faced. "Shut it off! That's illegal footage! You're all under arrest for obstruction." Then someone stepped in front of them. Big dude. Braids, calm face, Marcus's cousin. "You're not touching anyone. Move before you what?" Burke swung. Big mistake. Taj ducked, spun, and hit him with a roundhouse kick so clean it echoed. Burke dropped. His belt snapped. Pants split. The camera drone caught every frame. The headline trended within an hour. "Tough cop taken down by community and cousin's roundhouse." The footage got picked up by national news. They couldn't spin it. Not with the mayor in the crowd. Not with the whole city watching live. Burke and Lancer were suspended that same night. Then karma hit harder. Lancer was caught on hidden audio taking bribes from a local store owner, his own voice demanding protection pay. 2 weeks later, fired, charged, investigated. Burke's wife filed for divorce after she saw clips of him bragging about his side piece on live footage. She tossed her wedding ring in his face on courthouse steps, on camera. And Donnie? He didn't survive the shame. At his memorial, dozens of juvie teens came forward and told their stories. The press called it the Burke and Lancer Juvie Pipeline. And Marcus? He came back outside, holding his toy robot. He saw Taj on the news and smiled. First smile in months. We kept going after that. The footage became evidence in dozens of cases. Wrongful convictions overturned. Lawsuits filed. People finally listened. We weren't criminals. We were kids, sons, friends, fighters. You think it's over? Nah, but it's a damn good start. 1 year later, I saw Lancer again. He was delivering food, working as a delivery guy in the same neighborhood he used to terrorize. A rude customer shouted at him. I walked by and said, "Looks like karma delivers too." Maybe karma's slow. But with the right push, she moves. And when she does, she kicks like Taj. Thanks for watching. If you don't subscribe, you might just run into cops like these.